24/7. 24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika nakupenda sana.
Africa nakupenda sana. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know that when you hear that sound, you have a date with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya, at the African Experience. You know, this is a show where we bring you really African experience. On the show, we bring, different people who are hustling, people who are making, who are doing excellent, work. The people who are stretching themselves, they are finding their passion, they're inspiring us, and I can't wait, to be inspired yet again tonight. I'm always not alone. I'm always with my beautiful co-host, Aventina Mabunda. But this evening, she's not around because, if I'm not around, I'm going, to look for information and people that we can bring online. And Mandla is doing that, today. But yeah, you can see that I'm nice and warm because it is quite chilly, yeah, here in Cape Town. It was raining. The whole weekend was raining. And I even put on my social media that actually it's raining cats and dogs, but I think it's also raining other animals. It was pouring. But anyway, we are here, and this is Bold Moves, a radio. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm so excited because we have a beautiful soul. And I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you where we met, but wow, she's very inspiring. Her name is, Tandaza. Tandaza, good evening and welcome to the African Experience Show.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me today.
I'm so excited. I wish my daughter was here because she's the one who linked. But anyway, we will tell the listeners where exactly we met. But maybe before we do that, just introduce yourself briefly. Who is Tandaza in a nutshell so that, our listeners can actually get to know you?
Okay, perfect. Tandaza is a Virgo and the eldest daughter of the family. I am what many would define the black sheep of the family, simply because I chose myself in a time where I was not even sure who I was or what I was doing. But today, I am able to say that I am a stylist and sustainable fashion enthusiast. I advocate for eco-friendly practices, not only in the fashion industry, but in life in general. And I am the owner of a very popular online vintage store called Thrift Black, where I curate and sell pre-loved clothing.
Okay, we will come to that because I know that is exactly what brought us together. Something that stands out for me, when we're talking a little bit and I was getting to know you, I work in the agriculture space and we talk about sustainability and all that. And from that perspective, it's a straightforward thing. You're talking about sustainability, how you produce your food and things like that. But you talk about sustainable fashion, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? But anyway, we will come back to that because that is something that stands out for me. And the fashion and how do you bring sustainability into the fashion industry? Maybe before we go to that, let's unpack a little bit. We want to know the person behind, the brand. If you were to take us through your upbringing, maybe your academic, background, what inspired you to go that route before we come to the enterprise that you are part of?
Okay, totally. So, I have always been passionate about fashion. One, it has been a way that I express myself to the masses. And before fashion, while with fashion, I always was very into the art of writing. I think I am a journalist at heart. I'm very inquisitive. I love doing research, finding out about new things. So that is the journey that I took after matric. I enrolled into Rosebank College and I studied journalism, where I was so happy because I was able to do what I love to do, which was expressing experiences in my own way and getting people to understand things, interpreting things my own way with words, basically. So that was very exciting. But unfortunately, I could not complete my qualification because I had to drop out because of the typical Black child cry, financial restraints. But during that time, I felt really lost, and I was really sad that I thought I lost my link into what I thought would be my future. And I was very lucky to be able to write for an online magazine during that time, online magazine called Culture Club, where I practiced my skill of writing, and I continued doing what I love doing, which was reporting and educating people on new things that I find interesting along the way, like my journey in life. So that is where one, I established that I'm a very creative person, and it's not just in writing, but also just as a whole. I love to play around with my appearance, to appear as different people, but at the same time, I still am just Tandaza. And moving to Johannesburg from Cape Town when I was younger really opened my eyes more to, because I basically stepped into a creative hub. And in that hub, everywhere that you look, from corner to corner, it's just creativity, from the lady selling beaded jewelry or to people just selling fruits. And the one that caught my heart was the Johannesburg market where they sell thrifted clothes. When I stumbled upon that place, I found heaven, literally, because I was like, what? So many clothes, things I have never even thought about, by brands that I've never even heard about. So I just got really excited. And yeah, I got carried away. I got really carried away. I was always trying to push boundaries with the way that I dressed. I was always getting the best things because I got the most compliments. And a thrifter's favorite question is, where did you get it? So I can tell you that I thrifted it, like I found it. So that's where the passion for fashion and thrifting as a whole really started. And yeah.
Beautiful. But, I think there's something that stands out as well, because it's not just, because you might have a lot of people who have done that and whatever, but I think you have an eye for beauty. You have an eye for beauty, because you don't just, pick things that are ordinary, but you are
Yeah.
picking things that, is really catching someone's eye. But also, I'm picking that your creative mind, it's something that is carrying you, and you have a way of, seeing opportunities in challenges. Because
Mm.
now I want us to come back, to that, thrifting space, because when we spoke and I looked, you actually started thriving, or you found that passion, during the COVID time. Is that correct?
That's correct. So it was actually um, a month, or maybe a month, I would say a month before COVID, where I thought to myself, you know what, I've been getting so many compliments about the clothes that I own. People have been asking me to sell them, the clothes off my back. So
Oops.
why don't I so why don't I try something? Which was when I took to the streets and I went to Bramfontein with a bag with my clothes, and I borrowed a rail from a local thrift store in Bramfontein called the Vintage Store. They borrowed me a rail, and I went to like the most busiest corner of the street where I knew it's popping, students are passing by, and I hanged my clothes up, and people were engaging and were interested in what I was doing. And they started asking me questions like, where else can we find you besides just here? And I had not thought that far. But a few weekends, I think I did that for 3 weekends, and then it was the shutdown. And which also was very, very sad to me because I just dropped out and now I'm back at home. And the moment I think I figured things out, I'm like, now we have to stay at home, and I'm not an essential worker, so I'm not going to be out. I'm going to be home. And I don't know what to do anymore, which was when, again, a light bulb moment, let's take it online. And I started an Instagram account where I took pictures of my clothes and I posted them there, and people purchased from that account.
Wow. Wow. You know what? When they say, entrepreneurs, the difference between an entrepreneur and an ordinary person is that both are confronted with the same situation. The other one sees a stumbling block. They cannot even think about, possibilities. But an entrepreneur look at the same situation from a creative, point of view, or maybe you see it as a challenge where you have to look for solutions. And here I'm actually picking the very, very, characteristics of an entrepreneur in you. You see a challenge, you don't sit back and say, oh, now, but you see opportunity. How do I overcome that? That is
Yes.
something that I love. Okay. I know perhaps, listeners want to hear more about, this, thrift black. DJ Messi, just show us I think there is a kind of, your logo, the logo of your company, and you tell us a little bit what it means. Thrift Black. There we go. The House of Thrift. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit what even inspired, the name. What does
Yes.
it mean, and what do you do?
Okay. So thrift black, loosely translated, is thrift place. Black being place in Afrikaans.
Mhm,
What inspired the name was just the place that I used to go to in Maboneng. It was an eatery called Lom Black, which is what it is, a place to chill. So
mhm,
when I was thinking of a name for my business, I was like, what is this place that I'm trying to create? And I was like, a thrift place, a place where you can come and use your money mindfully, and you are bargaining in everything. It's cheaper and you're saving money. So that's
mhm,
how the name came about. And basically, what we do here is that I source and um, fix anything. So, for example, if I buy something that has like a little tear, I will sew it up. Or if it's missing a button, I'll find the button. Or if it's a hoodie missing drawstring, I'll find the drawstring and put it back into the hoodie. We gently
mhm,
wash them, but if they need more care, I will go into the stains with some bicarbonate of soda and vinegar.
mhm,
And then
mhm,
after washing them, we steam and take pictures, product pictures, where we post online. And that's
mhm.
where our customers are based and they purchase from us there. So we basically selling pre-loved clothes and great pre-loved clothes.
I love that. The artist in you, the writer in you comes out even how you name, their clothes, the pre-loved clothes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Tandaza Simama. Oh, I'm so excited. I see. Let me just go online. I see this, and Cindy Sokumalo who say, oh my God, I didn't know you are also a writer. Thank you so much, and Cindy, for joining. Yes, she is a writer as well. She's such a creative person. We're gonna take a short commercial break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you how I got to know Tandaza. It's a very, very interesting story. But anyway, we take a short commercial break. Don't go away. We are talking, to Tandaza Simam. Let's take a commercial break.
Limpopo Gospel Divas Concert. Get ready for 2024 Women's Month celebration with Limpopo Gospel Divas. Join us on the 17th of August 2024 from 10 a.m. at the Farm Life 191 Percy 5 Mashashane Road as we bring together an incredible lineup of artists.
Oh, my Eloi, I am Kunamen. Lady Chama Chokeye, Jonatiri,
Matavo, Pastor Ruli Chauke, Nunkikoma, Newi, Tusonel, Hauhalokekana, Cairo, and Refilondo. Admission, it's absolutely free. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to experience the best of Limpopo's all-ladies gospel talent. Mark your calendars, gather your friends and family, and get ready to be blessed. Come, let's praise and worship. Proudly brought to you by Bold Moves Foundation, sponsored by Sampra.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the African Experience. Oh, I just love that advert, the Gospel Divas. Oh my God, that is a show not to be missed. If you are somewhere in Limpopo and, please, go. I remember last year we even hosted them here. Wow, it is something beautiful. But anyway, and, the Gospel Divas, they are actually hosted by, our Bold Moves Radio, the radio that is really hosting our show. I'm so excited about it. But anyway, we are still talking about the African experience. Before we went on an ad break, we were talking to a beautiful, beautiful soul, Tandaza, Simama. Tandaza, yes. Now, how we got to know each other. Let me tell you how I got to know about you. I have 3 kids. So my youngest daughter, okay, so the first 2 are not with me anymore. They're studying elsewhere, but then I'm staying with my youngest daughter. Then we go shopping, as girls, we go shopping and we'll go to shop by shop. I say to her, oh, don't you want to buy this? No, I don't like it. Then I show her this thing. I don't like it. And I'm like, I don't understand, because we used to go shopping together and we'll come back with, bags and bags. But all of a sudden, she was not interested in anything. But she wasn't telling me why she was not interested. And I didn't understand. Anyway, fast forward. One day she comes to me, mommy, please, I want you to take me to this market. And I'm like, since when are you interested in markets? Please, mom. She begged me. Okay, where and what is this market? A thrift black. And I'm like, what is that? It didn't make sense to me. And why? And I've been following, this, market, and now it's coming to Cape Town. Please, mommy, take me there. And I'm like, okay, we will go there. The day arrives, very early in the morning. She said, mommy, we have to be the first ones there. So what do you mean? So that, we get the best stuff. I don't want to be late. And I'm like, okay. We went. So that's where we actually got to see you. So I'll ask, DJ Messi to just, because I had to take pictures of this girl. She was mad. She was crazy. She was going through clothes and clothes. And when we left home, we had a budget. I told her that, this is your budget limit. But believe you me, I found myself going beyond what I had said was the budget. DJ Messi, that evidence, show us that picture. There's a picture where these 2 are and my daughter is holding. There we go. On that day, my daughter was, holding, clothes and whatnot. It was such a beautiful, beautiful experience, because all of a sudden, somebody who was not interested in buying clothes, she was buying everything and little this and that and that. So tell us a little bit more about what brought you to Cape Town, and how do you manage to actually capture, your audience? I mean, my daughter, she's only 15 and she's crazy about, the work, that you do and the products. How do you do that?
Okay, I will start with the market. So there's this market that happens every month here in Johannesburg, and it's hosted by a page called Picnic and Thrift. So I have been a regular at the Johannesburg markets because I'm based in Johannesburg, and that's where I get to see a lot of my Johannesburg supporters. So the market decided to make to have a market in Cape Town. So that was the debut in Cape Town. That was their first market in Cape Town. And when I saw them announce it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get there because I know I receive so much love from Cape Town and I've never been there with my store. So I had to make a plan. And it was a really big risk because I was like, I'm putting in my trust. I'm putting my trust in my thrift blackers right now. I need them to pull through for me because I'm coming all the way from Joburg to show them or like to give them the experience of shopping with me in the flesh and not just online. So that's what we did. I packed my tons of bags, filled them with clothes, and took a bus to Cape Town. And yeah, that's where we met you and your lovely daughter, which I'm so grateful for because this is happening now. I feel so seen, actually.
Okay, so you came to Cape Town by bus.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
I took a
Wow.
bus.
Wow. I'm just loving your story because it is so inspiring, because somebody, you don't see obstacles at all. You see these obstacles as, challenges to actually push yourself and push yourself. And how was the feedback, that you received in Cape Town? Because I understand that you are coming back. And the
Yes,
fact that you are coming back is because maybe you got, positive, response,
yes.
maybe?
Yes, 100%. It was lovely. It was beyond my expectations. I got to meet my regular buyers, people that have never seen my face before. They got
Yeah.
to see me and they realized that it is a real business and it is run by real people.
Yeah.
And yeah, they asked me, other people that couldn't make it were asking, when am I coming back? And asking me to please do come back. So that's why I'll be coming back at the end of the month, but not just for that one market. We'll be attending a market in South Bay as well as Wynberg. So yeah, I'm very much excited, but much love to my Cape Town people because they made it worth the while. I didn't regret it, and I did go in really scared of what would happen because I mean, putting in my little sense
Yeah.
to to make my community feel seen, like to show them that we are together.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. Maybe just to give you feedback, from my daughter, she loved it. She loved it, just after buying the stuff, and she forced me to actually also to buy something,
Yeah.
and we liked it. And from there we went on holiday. I tell you, it's like 80% of the things that she packed were the things that she bought from you. And the compliments she got, and everybody was like, oh, we like your style and we like your style. And suddenly my daughter was like, Mommy, whenever she comes with the phone and say thrift, I'm like, now you have to use your own money to buy this. But she has, such a beautiful, beautiful experience. Let me just recognize, some of the people that are joining online. Pastor Joylin Mangayi, thank you so much. She's saying good evening, the African Experience family. Thank you so much for joining. We are talking to Tandaza. She's talking about sustainable fashion. DJ Messi, what else do we have? We are very good at stalking people and getting more information and all that. DJ Messi, some more pictures.
Oh, that's your difficult
You
time.
remember that? You remember
Yes,
that?
yes, yes.
The desigual. I love, the desigual. I couldn't help it, but I had to buy that one. So my daughter and I were matching. She had, a beautiful thing, and we had that. And thank you so much. Because I know when I go and buy, the brand, brand new, you pay an arm and a leg. But I bought it from you. It was very reasonable. But when I'm wearing it, nobody tells
Can
me. I mean,
tell.
nobody can see where it came from. I like that. And I like the way you call it the pre-loved fashion. Mm. Okay, let me slow down a bit. Now,
Okay.
as the theme of this show, we always ask our guests to select their theme, and you chose sustainable fashion. Why did you choose that, and how do you bring the concept of sustainable fashion into the fashion space? We know when we talk about environment and agriculture and other industry, but I had never thought of it from the fashion point of view. How do you explain that?
Okay. Okay, so firstly, I chose the theme sustainable fashion because I think it's a very important chat that we have to be having as a society, especially because we live in a world that's moving so fast. And we need to understand that it is okay to stop and slow down. You don't have to be on every train that goes by. You can just stop and slow down. And being a vintage store owner, I firsthand see the effects that the fashion industry have on not just the environment, but the people that are in the fashion industry as well. So it's things like I'm promoting, I'm promoting, l- con, I'm promoting people. I want people to be mindful of the things that they buy and to not give in to consumerism, basically, because I understand that we all want to look good, but we don't have to be buying and consuming things at the rate at which the industry wants us to. Not only are half of the clothes that they are producing ending up in landfills or the ocean or just in Africa, and we are left here to deal with all of that, but also the people that are making the clothes, they are not being able to, they're not being paid enough, they're being paid minimum wage. The conditions in which they are producing at are unbearable. The factories are terrible. People don't have time to live. They are working their lives away. And child labor, all of those bad things that go into making your top that you will only wear once because next week it's out of fashion.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to let people know that there are alternative ways that you can consume fashion or look good. You don't always have to participate in what these big companies or corporates are giving us because it's too much, honestly. It's too much, and then it's all just dumped on us. And I see that at every market, every thrift store in Johannesburg, they are packed with clothing, and it's not even half of the clothes that are just dumped out to be, I don't know, dealt with how.
Hmm. It's okay. So other than you being, a writer, a creative, but also see an advocate, so you are an advocate as much as you are in business, but also you are very conscious about, the environment related things. And I love that. Let me recognize our listeners. We have, actually Rosa Vasco, who's also joining. She says, I've been a thrift plecker since day one. So I suppose she's one of your customers there, and she say, I love to see Tandaza finally getting the recognition she deserves. I agree with you. I agree with you, Rosa. Tandaza has to tell us again when she's coming back to Cape Town, because we are definitely coming to meet up with you. Something that stood out for me, and now I'm making it personal, because when I brought my daughter there, she was very much interested in, and I think it resonates with what you just said. She was very much interested in, I can't remember whether it's a t-shirt or something, but it was something that was way too big for her. But she wanted to buy it, and she said to me, Mommy, but I have a sewing machine. We can actually reduce it here. But your reaction to that, it's something that stood out. Maybe just tell the listeners what your reaction to that was, and why did you react in that way?
Okay, what I basically told her was, mm-mm, we are not about to buy from Thrift Black and think we are going to redesign or whatever we have. Let's find things that fit us things that we know we're going to wear. Make sure we're not just buying for the sake of buying. Like let's be mindful about our purchases. And that's because as much as I should be I should be pushing people to buy. Like, yes, if you want to cut it, just get it off my hands. I don't think that's the approach that I would like to go by, because I would also just be promoting like not mindful consumerism. And that's because also when I source the things, I make sure that I find the best and I give you the best thing in the best quality, and you need to take it as is, because it is like that. So I didn't want her to spend that much money and also still think that she has to do something that she might not like and then have to get rid of the item or no longer even be interested in it anymore. So I really, really, I do even advise people that buy from us online to take their time. I have measurements on each item under each description to for you to like be sure that the item is going to fit you or how it's going to sit on your body. I'm open to questions like that you if you'd like to inquire about an item, like let's talk about it. I don't mind having a chat with you before you commit to buying this item, because I want people to really appreciate the things that they get and love them and keep them, and if they are no longer interested in them, give them to somebody else that would appreciate it, and not just dispose of them as if it was nothing or it didn't really matter.
Yeah. Wow. I think for me, that is something that really stood out because, under normal circumstances, somebody would have taken the money. They wouldn't really care, whether what you do with the item. But it showed me how much you value, the items that you are selling, how much you respect, the items that you are selling. And for me, that is something that I said, thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Tandaza. We're going to take yet another commercial break. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the stuff that she sells, the fashion, so that you can appreciate the beauty of her pre-loved products. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. This is the African Experience. Let's take a commercial break.
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With NutriBoost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high-fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what was happening to that audio. I couldn't hear it, but anyway, I'm sure we were able to see that. This is the African Experience. You are with me, Dr. Hlami Ngwenya. I'm usually with my beautiful co-host, Aventina Mabunda, but tonight she's not around. I'm just super, super excited, today because we are talking to Tandaza. She has a very different, take, to the fashion industry. She talks about her pre-loved clothes, but it's not only that, the passion, the love that, she gives, to the product that she sells. That's something that stands out for me. To an extent that, she stopped my daughter from buying something from her because she didn't want her to actually tamper with it and things like that. But that was something so beautiful. So Tandaza, we're going to show some pictures that we picked from your social media platforms, and would like you to take us through, when you see the picture, just talk to us about, the picture, and but we also want you to tell the listeners the kind of products that you sell, what kind of, clothes and things like that. You take us through that. DJ Messi, what do you have?
Okay,
Okay,
so that's a
there we
picture
go.
of
Tandaza?
me. Yes, so I,
Tandaza?
yes, can you hear me?
Okay, DJ Messi, I'm not sure if Tandaza is still online.
I,
Okay, so I think this is her. You can see how beautiful, the stuff is. Okay, yes, Tandaza, go ahead.
okay, so I buy timeless clothes. I'm a person that is interested in a whole lot of things and not just one type of clothing, which I also thank to the activity of thrifting, because that's when I was exposed to so many different things and not just what we find in stores. But I look for unique things, one of one, and I'm not much of a person that looks at brands or um, like what's popular or anything. I just look at things that I like and what I think looks good. And most of the time, when I look deeper into the item and actually research as to what it is, maybe the brand, it always just makes sense as to why I was drawn closer to the item. It could be that I'm very much in love with the early year 2000. So I love the fashion, the things that people from 2001 to like late 2008 wore. So when I find out things like the brands that I'm drawn to or the items that I'm drawn to are usually things that are from that time, I I I think it's like a full circle moment, or it just shows me that I really do have a distinctive eye, or I am able to just pick out these specific things from a huge pile of a lot of other things. So yes, I just take what I think really looks good, and even if it won't look good on me, I just picture it on someone else and I know that it will look good on them. And sometimes when I'm even sourcing, I know exactly which customer will be drawn to those things, because my customers are also people that inspire the things that I buy. They also expose me to new aesthetics or new styles that I do research on, and I find out what are the staple pieces. And sometimes when I do see them, I get excited because I know that I'm bringing something that they are going to love to the table. So yeah, it's just being open to ideas and not putting myself in a box. I have a good eye, I guess.
I agree. I agree 100%. I agree. Um, you really, have a beautiful eye. Look at that. Okay. Oh my dear, look at that. You know what else? What else I liked? I think that's something that stands out, so it appears to me that you do not only do online, store, but you interact with your clients. So it's not just putting things there and then people buy and then you're happy, but you offer that possibility to interact with the client, where they can ask you questions and stuff.
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's something really unique in the way you do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, maybe another question that I have for you from our conversation so far, and how you interact with your products, it appears to me that you are not only selling, clothes, but if you have a bigger purpose, it's more like a movement, a bigger purpose.
Yes.
Would I be wrong to conclude that?
No, no, not at all. You are absolutely correct. So on Instagram, we have a page where we have one page, our main account, which is where we sell the clothes. And then I have created another account, which is called Thrift Blackers, where it's basically my mood board, my Thrift Black mood board. It's all things big and small that drive Thrift Black, which is the business side of it. So, like I said, if I come across something a new brand, and I educate myself on it, so I will read up on it, watch videos, and get to find out more about the brand. And with that information, what I do with it is I go to that page and I will make a little video, maybe talking about the brand, educating people about the brand, so that when they see it on my page, they know more about it. And it's not a matter of like, what is this? Or maybe confusion. So yeah, I just educate them. And I think I also just bring a light to the whole idea of thinking that secondhand clothing is not good, because you get to find that I find some of the biggest brands, or brands that no longer even exist, and I bring those clothes to you and to your disposal, basically. So yeah, that's what I do.
Wow. That's I'm just loving that. Do you think that your background in studying journalism or creative writing, it's actually helping you to approach your business the way you are approaching it?
100%. I would definitely say that. Although for the longest time I had thought I lost that spark of like reporter spark, but I really didn't. I just redirected it and I found a focal point, which is now fashion. So yeah, it really does help me because I'm interested in not just the final product, but what's happening in the background and who is behind it. So it really does help, that inquisitiveness, those five important questions in journalism of how, what, where, when, and why. I'm always asking myself that when I come across something new. So I really do think it is helping me, and it is a great asset to my business.
Mm. I know perhaps the listeners might be thinking, okay, what is the price range? I know you might say the price depend on the item, but I mean just overall, I mean a person who's listening here, we're talking about sustainable, fashion, you're talking about pre-loved clothes, and you are also promoting, people to do responsibly and all that. A person who has never followed you, they don't know what kind of price ranges that people might be looking at for some of the products.
Okay, so like you did mention that it does vary on the item, because I would say to you that our tops do start from 240, but sometimes when you do come across a top that could be like 700 Rand, don't get shocked. Don't get shocked. Calm down. Calm down and maybe find out what that is first, because there is a reason as to why it was priced like that. So
Yep.
our prices vary from maybe 240 to maybe 2000 Rand if I get a really good vintage designer piece.
Mhm, mhm. Absolutely. And I mean, it's really, really good. I'm talking from experience because my daughter dragged me. She really dragged me. And I'm sure when you come back, she will drag me again. Let me go back to, the lines. I think it's Simama. Simama who's saying, I'm so proud of you, my baby. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. We're gonna take yet another commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about where do you see your business going and where can people, find you, and yeah, and what is your line up in terms of, your physical presence. But we're going to talk about that when we come back. Let's take another commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. Okay, another commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the African Experience. Tonight we are talking to Tandaza Simama. Wow, 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 wow. I'm so excited about the conversation that we had so far. And I'm looking forward, to seeing you again when you come back to Cape Town. Okay, so where can people find you? I know you said, you have Instagram and all that. I'm actually worried because I tried to look for you on Facebook. You have our generation who who are more on Facebook and all that, and I was looking and looking, I couldn't find you. Is there a reason why you only focusing on Instagram and you are not expanding to other social media platform?
Um, we did try the Facebook account, which we still do have actually, but I do try to post more of things that you'd find on Thrift Blackers, which would be more of like the mood board and vibes
Mhm,
of like the
mhm.
inspo behind Thrift Black.
Yeah.
But and I couldn't put post items because Instagram is very, very fast, and I couldn't keep
Mm,
up having something sold on Instagram and then having to go back to
yeah.
Facebook to trying
Yeah.
to market it. So I picked one place to be on, and that was Instagram, which so far is the best place for me because, like
Yeah.
I did mention, that I love interacting with my customers, and I
Yeah.
don't want it to be like a emotionless transaction. I do
Yeah.
want you to feel like you do have something great along the way. So like that's gonna
Beautiful.
come, your delivery is coming and you're gonna love it. And I wanna assure you about that. So that's why we are on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it's Thrift Black on Instagram. That's where we post all products and where the sales are made. And then our eco fashion driven art spot is Thrift Blackers, which is also on Instagram. We do post a
Mhm,
little content on TikTok here and
mhm.
there, but our
Yeah.
main places are Instagram.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm sure, you have your audience there and maybe just one question. Because you are doing it on Instagram, it's online, I will assume that your clients, you actually service, throughout, South Africa.
Yes.
You are not bound to a certain province or whatsoever. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I ship nationwide.
Okay, cool. So, from the moment I like something on your social media platform to maybe just take us through. So, this is the person who's looking at it, they like it. Take us through what the expectation is from the payment, how do they
Yeah,
make payments,
yeah.
and how long does it take for them to receive the product, something like that, so that
Okay.
people know what to expect.
Okay, okay. Usually when people follow on Instagram, I advise them to turn on their post notifications so that they are alerted every time I post something new. And when I do post something and you have your post notifications, you will be able to get your hands on something. But if you don't have your post notifications on, you might let a few gems slip through your hands. So from my dropping an item, if you are interested in it, you need to send me the maybe a screenshot or send me the post via direct message where I will answer you and I will tell you our delivery options, which are courier guy, which is overnight to your door, or Pudo, which takes 2 to 4 days, or you could build a bag. So basically, building a bag is where I give you a period of 1 month where you are able to purchase multiple items because I drop regularly. So you can buy an item today and then maybe next week buy another item and gather your stuff up and then I ship them all together. This usually helps with like shipping costs and also not to just waste a little too much of money and time on things. So you just keep your items with me for a month, and when you're ready to have them sent out, I send them to you. And payment is made directly into my account. Once it's reflected into my account, I pack your order with love. I send it to my courier service and I forward you tracking information. And yeah, it usually takes 2 days, 2 days maximum to get your item.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful. I see creativity, creativity all the way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very, very exciting, just to listen to you. Surely, surely, your creative, writing and your creative self, it's actually, reflected in how you're doing this. When we're having fun on this show, the time just, became as perhaps we have to discuss with the owners of the platforms that
About that.
we have 2 hours because yo. But now, fast forward now,
Mhm.
we are here now. You see your business is actually growing from strength to strength. In the next
Mhm.
5 years, 3 years to 5 years, where do you see Tandaza? What is the future or the vision that you see for your business?
Okay. Um, in the next 5 years, I really, really wanted to be beyond just clothes, and I would like to build a community where we are actively fighting against um, climate change and the pollution that the fashion industry has, not just the fashion industry, but we actively promoting sustainability in life. So I would like to have people that are like-minded, small business owners, like a lot of people that are in the sustainable fashion industry, or just like people that are advocates for sustainability, and people that are really worried about our tomorrow and our future, and especially here in Africa, with how we just seem to be the afterthought in things that happen. A lot of things happen out of our control, and we just have to sit with the consequences. So I want to have more young people that can help me to educate other people, to help out where we can, and really just make people understand that we can live a slow life. We have before, way before all of these things, all of these companies were like this. We were living slow and just taking things easy, and not being a victim to everything that's happening, because they just taking so much from us, and it's going to get to a point where we have nothing more to give. So I really just want to build a community of people where we can get together, like plant some vegetables, have a place where we can have people where we planting vegetables and fruits, giving food to people that we can, and just promoting sustainability.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And being the kind of person that you are, the kind of person that I have, seen as through our conversation, the kind of person who do not only sit there, look for, complain about challenges, but you really look, find solutions. I really, really, encourage you, and I'm sure you'll be able to achieve that. Now, as we are wrapping, our conversation, I want to know what messages of encouragement do you have, to a young person who might be listening, somebody, and we're looking, and I'm talking about young persons because in South Africa, we look at, the rate of unemployment. It's very high. And you might find that there are a lot of young people who are sitting at home waiting for an opportunity to actually come to them and things like that. What kind of words of encouragement could you give to that young person out there, and maybe also sharing your own lessons?
Okay, yeah. I think it's very important to just begin. If you have an idea, as cliche as it might sound, because I've heard this so many times, just start and believe in yourself. But as time has gone by, I've been able to interpret that to my own understanding. And I think when we are told to believe in ourselves all the time, what we are actually being told is to not give up and to not look outside for validation, or for like need people to clap their hands for us to be able to continue what we're doing. Know why you're doing it, and if it's because of you, let yourself be the person or the thing that pushes you to do it. Because once you look outside, or you need other people to validate the things that you're doing, then when they stop, you stop too. And what was that all about? Why did you even start, if when people are no longer interested in you, you are going to stop as well? So just continue believing in yourself and do your thing and give your all every single time, so that when times like this happen, you can look back and everything that you have been doing has been up to notch, and it shows that you've been putting in the work all along, even when no one was watching. And I promise you, you will get your big break. You will have your Dr. Hlami meeting up with you and organizing this for you. So just hang in there and believe in the movement that you are trying to get going.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I want to thank you, Fancy. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us. And maybe, in the last, few minutes, when are the dates? When are you coming back to Cape Town again? And in Gauteng, where can people find you and people who want to interact with you face to face?
I will be in Cape Town from the 26th of July. I have a gig on the 26th as well as the 28th and the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. But if you can follow me on Instagram at Thrift Black on Instagram, you will see all of the details as soon as they come up. But definitely the last weekend of July, we will be in 3 locations, not just one. So if you don't catch us on the one day, you can catch us on the other 3 days. And yeah.
And now we learned that, if you want to get the best, you have to make sure that you go on the first day and you
Yeah.
go early. You go early. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you so much to our technical producer, DJ Messi. So what is your last final thought? We talk about the parting shot. If there's something in your heart that you didn't have an opportunity to say and to just say to your customers and your followers and your listeners.
I just really want to say that I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the constant support and love, because like I said, I got into this with no clue of what it's going to become or how much it's going to mean to other people. So seeing that there are people that are complete strangers to me that feel and love my work as much as I do, it really means a lot. It really means a lot, and I'm truly grateful. I cannot say this enough. I am so grateful to everyone that makes my life easier by supporting my business every single day.
Yes, bravo, and thank you so much. And I think the passion with which you do your business is something that works for you. And I think you really attract people. When I first met you, I just fell in love with you, and I fell in love with how you were just conducting yourself, your professionalism, and how you interact with people. And thank you so much. I promise you, my daughter will be dragging me again, but this time I said she has to budget, from her own pocket money. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we had, time for. This is the African Experience. Next week, same time, same place, we will be meeting you. Thank you so much, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Streaming 24/7. 24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika nakupenda sana, oh Afrika nakupenda sana.